In this video, we are focusing on terminating, recurring, and rounding decimals. So let's start with terminating. A terminating decimal has a finite number of decimal places. This means the decimal will end and will not continue. So I have an example here as a fraction. It's 5/8 or 5/8. I've now converted that into a division symbol, so 5 divided by 8. When you calculate that, or you calculate that manually in a book, you will find that it will give you 0.625 and will not continue. So the number terminates, it stops after the decimal of 5. A recurring decimal or repeating decimal has an infinite number of decimal places with a finite sequence of digits that are repeated indefinitely. So what it means is that this will continue on forever, but it will be in a sequence, and that sequence can be measured. It's finite. So infinite number means it continues. There's lots and lots and lots of numbers, but the sequence is finite. It can be looked at and it can be measured there. So an example, if we take 1/3 and we transfer that and change that to the division symbol, so 1 divided by 3, it will give you an answer of 0.333333. It will recur, continue. But in this bracket here, I've actually written how you would write that. So 0.3 with a dot above the 3 because it tells you that that number will repeat. The same thing goes for another example. If you have a decimal that's 0.708708 and it continues to go and never stops, but it has this finite pattern of 708, 708, 708. We write 0.708, which is the pattern, and we put a dot on the beginning and a dot on the end of that pattern. And rounding decimals. So rounding decimals involves approximating a decimal number to fewer decimal places. So we're trying to shorten it. So the example I've got here, I've given you 6.8582. We're rounding to 2 decimal places, which is why I've put the line through the middle of the second and third decimals. And I've identified the rounding number and I've underlined the looking number. So if this looking number sits between 0 and 4, this rounding number stays. If this looking number sits between 5 and 9, the rounding number will go up. So this number 8 sits between 5 and 9. It tells me that the rounding number will go up, and the answer is 6.86.